Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation 24 channel, I hope. Everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The Golden Bachelorette. Joan Vassos and Chock Chapple's interesting quirks mean that their relationship will last, how they are embracing each other's habits. Although The Golden Bachelorette stars Joan Vassos and Chock Chapple have attracted criticism for their overly active social media pages, their relatable updates have proven their authenticity and good intentions. Joan and Chock found love through the dating competition, with Chock earning the season's first one-on-one date. By the end of their Disneyland trip, their chemistry was evident. Throughout The Golden Bachelorette Season 1, Joan and Chock's relationship strengthened. Chock ultimately won the season and proposed to the Maryland native. Since the season finale, Joan and Chock have been frequently updating fans through social media. The pair have enjoyed numerous professional and personally fruitful opportunities. As they have traveled and spent more time together, they have encountered odd quirks. They haven't let these habits hinder their relationship. Instead, Joan and Chock have embraced one another's fixations and openly joked about their acceptance period. Despite speculation, the couple are stronger than ever. Their open-minded approach to each other's obsessions bodes well for their lifelong commitment. The topic of odd habits and obsessions began with a post shared on Joan's Instagram, titled "The Tale of Chock's Socks." In this video, Joan questions Chock's enormous collection of footwear. She turns the camera to show the audience a collection of over 100 socks. According to the reality star, Chock has hoarded numerous unmatched and seasonal pairs. She ends the video with an ultimatum. This relatable post resonated with fans, many of who shared their personal stories in the comments. The correlation between Chock and socks has become a running joke for the stars, with Joan posting a carousel only 5 days later. The 7th image features Chock's collection strewn out on the bed. Despite the first 6 images featuring the couple in various interesting environments, the comments primarily mention and joke about the socks. While the joke pokes fun at Chock's habits, Joan recognizes her own obsessions, and she is not afraid to openly joke about them. In a recent video posted to Joan's account, she and Chock sit down with the podcast. Dear Shandy, Chock mentions a trip to Home Goods, in which the couple needed 2 shopping carts to handle the sheer number of decorative pillows Joan wanted. Joan proceeded to explain her reasoning as the hosts laughed and joked. The first step is admitting you have a problem. The Maryland native joined in the laughter. She's made it clear that she doesn't take herself too seriously. Joan and Chock's ability to recognize, embrace, and joke about their individual quirks proves that they are self-aware and accommodating. Outside their clear rapport and comfort with one another, they have settled into their relationship nicely. The hosts joked that the couple seems like they've been together for 10 years, and Chock responded, "We say that all the time." Their online presence indicates that Joan and Chock aren't letting public criticism or minor habits hurt their genuine connection. Notably, Joan mentions that several of her pillows were purchased for Chock's son's bed. It appears that Joan and Tyler, Chock's youngest, have created a stable relationship. Her consideration for his children speaks volumes about her nurturing nature and familial connections. It appears that Joan and Chock's families are now getting along. Joan and Chock have done everything to ensure that their relationship is as stable as possible. When Joan and Chock met on The Golden Bachelorette, they were already openly communicating about their past and intentions going forward. They have maintained this transparency throughout the relationship. Joan and Chock have been. Despite the difficulty of long distance, Joan and Chock make the effort to visit one another. They have juggled their careers, family time, and professional opportunities to allow for in-person meetups. Long-distance relationships can put a lot of strain on a relationship, but Joan and Chock seem undeterred. While critics argue whether the distance or public scrutiny will be the downfall of Joan and Chock, the Golden Bachelorette's first couple has only strengthened with time. They have and will continue to work through major disruptions and joke about the smaller complications. Joan and Chock have proven that they are committed to their promises. Fans can expect the couple to marry in late 2025 or early 2026. Joan Vassos and Chock Chapple have captured the hearts of viewers on The Golden Bachelorette, not just with their undeniable chemistry, but with their delightful quirks that seem to complement each other perfectly. As seasoned individuals who have lived full and colorful lives, they bring a depth of character and a refreshing authenticity to the world of televised romance. While many couples falter when faced with the challenge of embracing each other's idiosyncrasies, Joan and Chock have done the opposite, finding joy, humor, and love in their differences. Here's why their relationship stands the test of time and how they're navigating life together by fully embracing each other's habits. Joan's morning rituals meet Chock's night owl tendencies. Joan Vassos has always been an early riser. Her mornings are sacred, filled with yoga stretches, a meticulous skincare routine, and a freshly brewed cup of green tea, enjoyed while journaling her thoughts. Chock, on the other hand, is a self-proclaimed night owl who loves staying up to watch old westerns and tinkering with his vintage motorcycle until the wee hours. Instead of clashing over their differing body clocks, Joan and Chock have found ways to honor each other's preferences. Joan now keeps a stash of herbal teas and comfy blankets in the living room, joining Chock for a late-night movie cuddle session once in a while. Meanwhile, Chock surprises Joan by setting up breakfast for her, complete with a vase of wildflowers from their garden, before heading off to bed. Their ability to bend toward each other's rhythms showcases their mutual respect and willingness to adapt. The great hiking versus hammock debate. Joan's love for outdoor adventures is unmatched. She thrives on weekend hikes, finding serenity in nature's beauty. Chock, however, prefers a more relaxed approach. His idea of connecting with nature involves a hammock, a good book, and perhaps a cold glass of lemonade. Rather than forcing one another to conform, they've struck a beautiful compromise. On some weekends, Joan leads Chock on gentle nature walks where they both marvel at the surroundings without the need for strenuous climbs. On other days, Joan joins Chock in the hammock, learning to savor the simple pleasure of stillness. They've learned that love isn't about always doing the same thing, but finding joy in doing things together, even if that means meeting halfway. Chock's passion for vintage collectibles versus Joan's minimalist aesthetic. Chock has an eye for the past. His home is filled with carefully curated vintage collectibles, from antique clocks to retro jukeboxes. Joan, by contrast, prefers a sleek, minimalist aesthetic with clean lines and uncluttered spaces. When they decided to blend their living spaces, friends feared chaos. But instead, Joan and Chock turned it into a creative collaboration. Joan now appreciates the charm and stories behind Chock's collectibles, while Chock has embraced Joan's knack for stylish organization. Together, they've created a home that marries history with modernity, a testament to their harmonious relationship. The dance floor chronicles one of the most surprising things about Chock Chapple is his hidden love for dancing. Despite his rugged exterior, Chock has a penchant for twirling Joan around the living room to classic Motown hits. Joan, who once described herself as having 2 left feet, initially resisted these spontaneous dance sessions. But Chock's infectious enthusiasm won her over. Now, impromptu dance-offs have become a staple in their household, complete with laughter and occasional mishaps. Joan has even mastered a few impressive spins, and Chock loves boasting about her newfound moves to their friends. Their dance sessions symbolize their willingness to step out of their comfort zones for the sake of joy. Embracing culinary adventures. Joan's culinary skills lean toward health-conscious meals. Think quinoa salads, grilled fish, and an array of green smoothies. Chock, on the other hand, is a barbecue aficionado who believes that nothing beats a perfectly smoked brisket. Rather than letting their culinary preferences divide them, they've turned mealtime into an adventure. Joan has taught Chock the art of making nutrient-packed smoothies, while Chock has introduced Joan to the magic of slow-cooked barbecue. Their kitchen experiments have become a bonding experience, filled with laughter, taste tests, and the occasional friendly debate over seasoning. Shared love for storytelling. Both Joan and Chock have a treasure trove of stories from their pasts, and they never tire of sharing them with each other. Joan's tales of her globe-trotting adventures as a travel writer captivate Chock, while his anecdotes about growing up in a small town and learning life lessons from his grandfather leave Joan enchanted.